Hello there, General Techno here with yet another video review. I'm continuing my look back at nostalgia with a review of the reissue of the Beast Wars 10th anniversary Cheetor figure. I got this figure not too long ago, being a mini Cheetor completist, especially with the Universe one coming out, and I wanted to have a proper Cheetor to compare it to. That and I wanted him for a diorama. But anyway, I've decided to forego waiting for him to come out in Canadian retail and just review the original Cheetor now and then do an addendum later with the new Universe Cheetor, rather than doing a double review. Anyway, Cheetah mode, as you can see, well, it's pretty weak. It doesn't really look that much like a cheetah. Head's okay. You can see the gun hanging off here, the gut gun. Tail's pretty short. Proportions, again, are very un-Cheetah-like. This mold better suits Tigatron than it does Cheetor. I don't have Tigatron, but it's got a tampoed maximal symbol here, like the Beast Wars 10th anniversary reissues all had. Other side, it's pretty straightforward. Articulation is very limited, especially for a Beast Wars figure, which is kind of surprising. That's about the extent of his articulation right there. Front legs don't move, mouth doesn't really move or anything. So yeah, that's about it. Review from the top, from the bottom. On the plus side, there isn't really that much in the way of robot parts showing, unless you can't move back and inside of the feet. So, now to transform this sucker here. Ultra Gear. We're going to start by removing the weapons and putting them off to the side, leaving the cheetah with the chunk taken off its back. Alright, we're going to rotate the waist around like this, and fold out the legs, and rotate these legs as well. Take them like this, and we press down on these little tabs here to fold out his robot feet. We can now stand him, but that doesn't really do us much good, does it? These legs here rotate down like so, to get the legs back behind. And there's a couple of panels here which pull out in order to reveal his hands, as you can see there. This piece here folds down to form his skid plate, and the arms rotate all the way out like so, as you can see. Stand him up, and finally this comes down and rotates in like so. Position the head, pose him, and voila, we have Beast Wars 10th anniversary Cheetor. As for his weapons, tail folds up, reveals a gun. Pegs in right over here, as you can see, into his hand. For his other weapon, well, it's just his gut gun. This thing actually works as a water cannon. I've never used it as such, and I don't really intend to, but apparently you squeeze on the rubber to suck up the water, like any usual thing, and then you would press it in order to shoot the water. Again, this folds into this hand here. Only beef I have with the gut gun is that it limits his elbow movement here. Now, as far as posability, Cheetor is not too bad in robot mode. He's got the waist, which can turn somewhat. Not really much. He's got the fully posable legs still. He's got elbows. He's got shoulders. His neck turns. Like all the early Beast Wars figures, he also has the mutant head, where you just fold down his head like this in order to get a weird mutant head. Like that. Look at me, I'm Mutant Cheetor. Ultra Gear. So it looks like that. So Cheetor doesn't look too bad from this angle. Now let's turn him 90 degrees and see that he doesn't look nearly as good. Specifically, he's got a big gap over here, as you can see, and he's got a big cat face sticking out right there. If you look at him from above, the illusion is killed even more, because there's a big hollow spot back here. Trying to compensate for this, well, it's not pretty when you try and compensate for this. You can either fold the head up like this, which still leaves you with a bit of a gap, makes it harder to see his head when you photograph it, and gives a big cheetah head sticking out there. best compromise in my mind would be to push it in like this, except the joint won't stay there for the cheetah head. It just likes to fold out. So even though that would probably be the best way to do it, it doesn't work. So we have to fold it down like this. And admittedly, it does look pretty good from the front view like that. Again, here he is from the back. Not much to really see there. So yeah, Cheetor isn't really... He's a fairly average Beast Wars figure. If you're a Cheetor completist, yeah, I'd probably want to go with him. Anyway, next to some other figures. Here he is next to old Big Bot, Optimus Primal. Which, as you can see, Primal is way taller. So if I pan the camera up like so, you can see that, yeah, Primal's a lot taller than Cheetor. So, but in terms of deluxes, Cheetor isn't too bad. To use a more modern comparison, here's Cheetor next to the Marvel Crossover's Incredible Hulk. To go with total randomness, these are about the size of Beast Wars Megas were in general, given their price point. So Cheetor's height isn't too bad. He's not too short, not too tall for his price point. And to do a final comparison, since I've got him handy and down here, let's see if I can get in the light. Let's see if I can cram him into the light box. Transformers Animated Leader Class Megatron. Again, you can see that Cheetor is pretty short compared to Megatron. But Cheetor, scale-wise, does fit in okay with his Beast Wars counterparts. Although Primal's bigger than all the other Beast Wars Maximals, which is kind of unseemly, Cheetor is about the right height for a Cheetor. And I'm curious as to how he'll hold up to his new Universe iteration. He looks alright displayed next to the other Cheetors though, but in terms of play value, he's not the greatest, again, due to the gap there and there. If you're a Cheetor completist, I'd recommend this guy because he does look really good. He looks a lot like the show model from certain angles. But if you're a casual Cheetor fan, there's better Cheetors out there like the Titanium Beast Machines Cheetor. The Transmetal Cheetor is godly. And the Transmetal 2 Cheetor is also a very good figure. Anyway, that's about it for this review, so this is General Techno signing off.